Did you know only 60% of Americans say they could cover a $1,000 emergency without having to borrow or use a credit card? That's one unexpected car repair, an ER visit, or a vet bill away from throwing your financial life in disorder. But the good news is, if you do have that $1,000 saved, you're doing better than the majority of people. However, you shouldn't stop there. I know this personally. When I got laid off a couple of years ago, I had some savings, but not nearly enough to cover a month's worth of expenses. If I didn't have family to lean on, it could have been disastrous. So today, I'm going to show you exactly how to build your first emergency fund, starting with $1,000, and then we'll go further, because that's just the beginning. Let's start small with your first $1,000. Why is that number important, you ask? It's not life-changing money by any means. Well, the average car repair is between $500 and $1,000, while the average ER visit is about $1,100. A recent Vanguard study showed that having as little as $2,000 in emergency savings boosts financial well-being by 21%. So having a small buffer isn't just symbolic, it can significantly improve how you feel on a day-to-day basis. Think of it like a prerequisite for taking a tougher course. It's not the final emergency fund, but it's your starter safety net. You're proving to yourself you can save, and you're buying yourself peace of mind in the process. Now, how do you actually save it? Let's break it down into steps. Step 1, we're going to automate it. Research shows that people save 74% more when they automate deposits into savings. You treat it like your rent or your mortgage as a fixed expense you can't miss, that will go a long way. Step 2, cut one expense category. The average American spends about $3,500 a year eating out. If you could trim just $100 a month off of that, that would save $1,200 right there. Step 3, use any windfalls you might get. A bonus at work, a tax refund, you have side hustle income. A study by Bankrate found that most people spend these instantly. Don't. Send half or all of it straight into savings. Step 4, find hidden cash. Did you know the average US household has over $3,000 in unused items sitting around? Old exercise equipment, electronics, clothes in good shape. Sell it if you can. And you may cover your target in one garage sale or a good online batch. So, you've saved your first $1,000. Congratulations, that is great. But we're not going to stop there. The Bureau of Labor Statistics says that the average American household spent about $6,000 per month in 2024. So what happens if you lose your job or you face a bigger medical bill than $1,000? That's why experts often recommend saving 3 to 6 months of living expenses. But it's not just about the money. In fact, the Vanguard study that we referenced earlier says that having enough to cover 3 to 6 months adds another 13% to your financial well-being. That's now a 34% increase from how good you could feel from having that savings buffer. Now you might be doing the math and saying 3 to 6 months of your necessary expenses, that's a big number. And it could feel out of reach for a lot of people. But remember, there's no timeline on when you should reach this goal. It's okay to slowly build and take as long as you need to in order to hit it. So, here's how we can break that big number down into smaller, achievable steps. Step 1, figure out your true emergency number. Things like rent, utilities, food, transportation, insurance, your real essentials. Let's say it's about $3,000 a month. So if you multiply that by 3 to 6 months, you're looking at $9,000 to $18,000. Step 2, continue saving consistently. $200 a month will get you to $10K in under 4 years. But if you keep selling unused items and adding side hustle income, you can cut that time in half or more. Step 3, upgrade your habits. As you get raises or pay off bills, redirect what you've earned into the fund. You can use a spreadsheet or an app and celebrate each new threshold. Treating yourself makes it easier to accomplish your goals. Step 4, keep it safe and liquid. Don't invest this money in volatile assets. It needs to be accessible. Look for a high yield savings account that you won't touch. As you build, your financial confidence will increase. And when you know you're sitting on more than 3 months worth of saving, the feeling is priceless. Think about it. Losing a job will always feel stressful, but it doesn't have to be immediately catastrophic. You're no longer in survival mode when you have savings. You have some real security. Now here's the thing. Saving is not just about math. It's also a mentality. Psychologists say goals with a why behind them are 2 to 3 times more likely to stick. So don't just say, I want $1,000 in savings. Say, I want $1,000 so I never panic if my car breaks down. Or, I want 6 months saved so my family has some breathing room if I lose my job. For me, my layoff was the wake-up call. My why is independence and security. Knowing I won't have to rely on someone else if I go through a crisis is a big relief. So, here's your challenge. We're going to start with $1,000, prove to yourself that you can do it, and then set your sights higher, gradually saving towards the 3 to 6 months of expenses. It won't happen overnight. It could take years, but every dollar is a step towards security and peace of mind. If this video helped, hit like, subscribe, and share it with someone else who might benefit from creating their own safety net. And in the comments, tell me your why. What's driving you to build your emergency fund? I'll see you in the next one.